Welcome back to Diecast Resurrection. Today we are taking this old Supervan. Looks like it's been moderately customized by some kid a long time ago. I see a lot of yellow that's kind of below all the other paint on this, so I'm assuming that this is an ambulance. Just a black wall, born old ambulance. I don't really want an ambulance, so today we're going to take this here Supervan and we're going to make a King Radio promotional van, which is a super rare Hot Wheels if you can get one at all. Anything that's close to mint shape is probably in the $500 range, so pretty cool to have one on the shelf, even if it's a faker. So we're going to make a faker today, and I'm probably going to put just custom wheels on it because this is for me, and I like the black Supervans. So that is what we are doing today. So this van I drilled previously because I wanted to do something with this a while ago. I never did. She's looking pretty crusty. I'm going to go ahead and strip this down as usual. I did go back to my old stripper for the time being, just because the can is just about finished, so I might as well use it. There's a lot of paint on this one, so it's going to take a little while here, I think. I'm going to let it just do its thing. Well, nothing's really happening here, so I'm going to just go ahead and finish this on my own, since there's no point in filming this, and we'll just move on. Alright, that looks a lot better already. A little bit of paint here. I just want to kind of clean up these cracks. Petite purr. So we should be back to our regular scheduled videos now. Got a bunch of stuff done. Winter's coming. Winter is coming. Okay, I just noticed our roof is kind of punched in a little bit. Right on the corner of this vent, you can kind of see it's dented. I'm going to try to pop that out a little bit. Just going to put one of my little chuck wrenches in there, and I'm going to use my auto center punch. And we're going to just pop this a few times. It needs a little bit more. That's why I had the wrench there, just to kind of absorb the force of this little tip and spread it out a little bit, but that clearly didn't do very much because it's just as bad as it was, so maybe I'll try one without it. And you can see the little dimples it made as it was popping it out, so we're going to have to take care of those. But it does work. And it looks a lot better. Now I just got to clean up these little pimplies. So that looks a lot better. You can hardly even tell that it was dented at all. So that's your pro bodywork buddy right there. So that's looking real good. I'm going to put that to the side right now, and we're going to clean up the base. The oxidation is strong on this. So why didn't I restore it back as an ambulance? Well, the reason is it's just a black wall, so it doesn't really have any value anyways. And it'd be much cooler for me to have a King Radio van on the shelf than a black wall ambulance. So I just want a King Radio van. All the other Supervans that I made, I gave away, so I don't have any right now. I'm going to go ahead and wire wheelie with some polish, and we're going to get this cleaned right up. And as usual, I will now give it a quick polish using one of my cloth buffing wheels here. There we go, that's looking a heck of a lot better. It's not perfect, but I mean, they started making these bases back in 1974, so that's not bad. Shined up pretty good, so I gotta pick out some wheels for this. No big deal. This particular Supervan we're building, the King Radio van, should have a clear blue windshield, so if you see any imposters, you let me know, because that's what we're building. I think the majority of my Supervans all had the same kind of dark glass, so nothing of value here, unfortunately. This one's even got a big dent in the windshield. It's probably not going to come out. I'm going to put this to the side for now. Maybe it'll magically repair itself in the meantime, but I'm going to give this one more good rinse in the sink, a little bit of soap and a toothbrush, and we'll come back and we'll put our base color on here. Alright, so we're going to be painting this black. So I'm going to use just a dark colored primer. Then I'm going to jump into the Createx Gloss Black. And then I'm going to lightly clear coat our body just to try to solvent proof our paint for when I put the decals on. Alright, there's our van. We got a real light coat of clear on there just to kind of protect our water-based paint from the solvent. That's the one downfall to using water-based paints, I guess. If that black was an enamel, I wouldn't have to put a little bit of clear in there. I could have just put the decals straight onto the enamel, but unfortunately, the water-based paint makes it a little bit more difficult. So we have one extra step. So I'm going to snip these out nicely. Beauty. Just using water on this one. I don't know, I've been having bad luck with solvents lately, so water is good enough for me. C is for cookie. Good enough for me. Come on, baby, don't be like that. Just trying to pull off as much water as I can. Beauty. I like it. Let me grab a little bit of a paper towel. I gotta go on a little bit of a spending spree and just buy a whole bunch of decals. I think that's really all a guy needs to do good content nowadays. Spend a little bit of money, get some cool stuff ordered in. Jeez, that scared the crap out of me. Paint stripper can. Adjusting to the temperature change in here, I guess. Alright, that looks real good. I'm gonna let these dry for as long as I can in order to get this video done today. So we'll let these dry and evaporate a little bit. And then I can paint our little side markers, etc. And then this will be ready to go. High five. Oh, Daddy's sick. Just giving the windshield a little bit of a dip with some Pledge Revive, and that's going to give us a nice glossy coat, hopefully. Might take more than one with this particular kind of plastic. This stuff doesn't really polish up very nice. The newer these windshields get, the softer the plastic is, and the harder it is to get them perfect. So I decided, our body looks so good on this thing, I do want to make it a Redline. So I'm going to have to put a couple axle tubes into our base here. I got some wheels. Freaking dying here. I haven't worked on any 3D printer stuff just because I've been trying to stay away from any kind of fumes really for the last couple days. Try to let my body heal up a little bit. Been outside in the fresh air. Alright, so the plan is put a tube front and back. So what I've been doing for axle tubes is pretty straightforward. You'll see there's two little marks that I cut out here. Those are going to be the spots where I add my glue. It's basically something like that, so I can put a couple drops of CA or super glue onto my little axle tube, and that's going to hold these axle halves into the tube, yet still give my wheels the ability to rotate. And then we'll just glue this whole assembly in place. Easy. There, so you can see our axle right in there. So we can just put a little dab, and that will be secure. So that's perfect. Our axle tubes actually lowered the van a little bit. That usually happens every time you use an axle tube. I'm totally good with that because, we want to have a nice, cool looking King Radio van on the shelf, and that is exactly what we are making. Check out this guy. He's like Big Jimmy. I don't know if he's 1/18 scale. Might be. Let's see if he fits in the Trans Am just for fun. I got it pretty handy here. He's so close. This particular car, I think the seat's a little bit too close to the steering wheel. But I'd say he's about 1/18 scale anyways. Maybe not quite. I don't know if his head would clear. We need T-tops on this bad boy, but he's even got the shifter positioning right. Burp, burp, burp. Hey ladies. Yeah. That's how I stand. Oh my god, my gaping back. Anyways, that guy's kind of handy. I picked him up at the old thrift shop when I was out looking for Hot Wheels. I'm sure we'll be able to put him in his skin-toned color watch to use. Anyways. Hell yeah, man. That's a real nice van. Beautiful van we got there. We got a nice King Radio replica, clone, whatever you want to call it. Our van turned out nice anyways. It's got a real nice glossy body. You can't even tell those decals are on there, so way better than what we started with, obviously, and this one's going to be much more appealing to have on the shelf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like shit, so I don't know when the next video is gonna come out. I'm gonna try to work on something tomorrow, but there's no guarantees, so I'll see you next time I see you, I suppose. So thanks for watching, guys.